Greetings, friend. How are you doing today? I have a couple questions for you today. Couple questions for you. My questions for you. Have you ever have anyone, or perhaps if it's not a person, a life circumstance that make you feel betrayed? Have you ever have a person betrayed you? Or if it's not a person, a life circumstance make you feel betrayed? And the second question, if you do, whether it's something of huge magnitudes that causes a lot of mess in your life, so to say, or perhaps it's just something that causes a great inconvenience, or a little backtracking. If you do, what did you do? What did you do when you notice that you feel betrayed, that you feel that you have been betrayed? What did you do? Now, may I invite you to join me, whatever that you did when you feel betrayed, may I invite you to join me to thank the person or the circumstance. Yes, to say thank you. Now, before you turn this off because you think I've lost it altogether and gone crazy, the reasons I invite you to say thank you for whomever that caused you pain of betrayal is because we know two things for sure in life. First is what Napoleon Hill says, that there is the seed of equal or greater good in every adversity, every heartbreak, every failure. Napoleon Hill says, every adversity, heartbreak, and failure carries in it the seed of an equal or greater good. So whatever adversities your betrayer has caused to you, it carries a seed of something much better if you look for the seed and grow the seed. And also, in addition to that, Ken Kais says that everything in our life, everything, and that's include every person, every events in our life has the opportunity to become our teacher, if of course you are teachable and allow whatever or whomever it is to teach you something from the experience. If not, then definitely nobody can teach you anything. It's like you can take a horse to the water, but you cannot make the water drink. So first of all, if you had at any time in your life that has ever a betrayer and living this life, it's not if we are going to encounter something that we don't desire in life. Living this life, it is something that we, in general, part of life is we are going to encounter things that will help us continue growing. And many times it comes in lessons that might look like a betrayer, even if it is the weather betraying you. You know, you have a wonderful, magnificent outdoor party planned for your loved one most important birthday, your loved one's 70th birthday. This has happened with somebody whom I know quite closely. Happened to they planned a wonderful outdoor party for 70th birthday, and even though it's usually sunny and warm and beautiful weather where they are at that time of year, it was downpour. Now you have all these guests and you don't have your party. Can make you kind of feel betrayed, isn't it? And perhaps it is something else is that somebody did. At some point in my life, I felt that somebody has betrayed me significantly. Actually, life has betrayed me significantly after 2 years of what I perceived then misery. And so that's the first thing. I invite you to join me when somebody or something did cause you to feel betrayed. Now, the next questions, of course, is what can you do? And this subject actually come, and if you're facing if you're watching this, you'll see also on Facebook I'll share actually a discussion, a panel discussion about betrayer. Today being Good Friday of 2021, where the Good Friday is when Jesus, the master teacher, when Jesus, the master teacher, was crucified in the story, from being betrayed by his own people. Whether you believe in Christianity or whatever your belief is, it is a good lessons, right? And the great lessons. And so, what can you do? What can you do when you have been betrayed by whatever or whomever it is? What can you do so you do not become crucified? We prefer not to never, even if you resurrect it, if you can skip the crucifixion, so to say, that will be even better, isn't it? So what can you do if you've been betrayed so you don't get crucified? Because not everybody resurrected after crucifixion. So a couple things that I find very helpful. For myself when I went through my journey, as well as for many of my clients, but everybody who has been through grief, who come as a grief client, in almost practically everyone felt that they have been betrayed, whether by a person or a circumstance. So a few things that's very helpful in a nutshell, and we can definitely, if you need more support, you're welcome to connect with me directly so we can help give you more support. But in a nutshell, on the tip of the iceberg, so to say, first of all is to hold in mind that there is a seed of good in this, and then that everything has the opportunity to become your teacher. And so that is one thing, to hold that in mind. But even more importantly, to decide that you are not going to become crucified, to decide that you are not going to become a victim, to decide that you are going to triumph regardless of what is going on in life, whether you have been betrayed by your significant other, whether you have been correctly incarcerated, which I know quite a few people by now actually incorrectly incarcerated, and whether you have been accused of something, whether your health betray you, whether perhaps it's you yourself, because of certain circumstance in your life, betrayed your own truth. To decide that you are not a victim and you are not going to be a victim at all anymore from this moment on. That you are going to triumph by searching deeply and allowing support if you need to for the seed of good, plant the seed of good, nurture the seed of good, and then to be able to triumph. So the first thing is to decide. With everything, it comes with your decision. To decide that whatever the pain that caused you, that the event caused you, you are going to be better instead of bitter. And to let go. To decide that you are going to let go and to forgive. Forgiveness has absolutely nothing to do with agreeing or approving. Forgiveness is letting go of your guilt or grudge about yourself or other on something that has already happened in the past. Forgiveness is letting go of your hope that things happen differently. Forgiveness is actually freeing your heart, letting go of what's weighing you, what's holding you back, such that you'll be able to allow more love, and more importantly, more freedom and more growth in your life for yourself. It's really not for anybody else's. And so that's the first thing, is to decide that you are going to move on and to triumph. And then the second key thing is to take action. To take actions. One thing that's unique about the grief recovery program that I teach, along with many others, but the grief recovery it is an action base. To forgive is to act. Many people confuse forgiving Even this, you listen to the word forgiving. Many people confuse forgiveness with feeling. I don't feel I don't feel forgiving. I don't feel what have you. Forgiving, if in English language, anything that you can add the gerund that can you can create into a gerund, which you can add the ing, is a verb. A verb means action, and so forgiving is not a feeling. Forgiving is an action, and an action that you choose to take, and only you can choose to take, like with any other actions in your life. And so to take actions of forgiving, to forgive, to give for your freedom, to give, to let go, and to give room for your freedom, to let go of what have happened in the past and give room for your freedom, for your advancement, for your love, for your joy, and for your thriving. And then to take whatever the next steps that's necessary for you to triumph, and to also to act and take whatever the next step, and then to also act and ask for support. Many times we forget that part, and then so we like, well, I don't know how I'm gonna forgive. I don't know what next step I'm going to take. I don't know. Well, if you don't know, perhaps it's time for you to ask for support. I'm a doctor, as some of you know, and you cannot become a doctor without support. You have so many mentors, and even after you become a doctor, I have postdoctorate degree. I'm a board certified specialist. Do you know how many mentor we are required? How many mentor, or in life, if you mentor and coaches, in other words, how many mentor and so forth we are required by the board to have, with certain qualifications, not just anybody walking off the street. But the mentor and the coaches has the qualifications. And for us to become a board certified specialist, even after you become a doctor, you need to have more mentor. You need to have more this. You need to have more that. You need to take typically anywhere between 3 to 5 more years of training with intensive mentor, and the mentor basically sitting there and drilling you all the time. So many times we try to do things by ourselves and say, oh, I'm not moving forward. Oh, I'm not getting anywhere. Oh, this happened in my life such and such time, and it has impacted me. Well, have you asked for support? Have you decided that you are not going to be a victim? Have you decided you're going to triumph and thrive? Have you take the actions of forgiving? And forgiving is one of those that you can have every mentor in the world, but you got to choose and take the action of, again, it's an action, forgiving, not a feeling. And so that's my piece of mind tip for you this week. If you, at any time point, whether it is in the past or in the future, something happened to you, or if you know somebody who has been betrayed by life, feel welcome to share this video with them, because at the end of the day, we all deserve to have peace of mind and ease and thrive. And until you truly able to let go what it is that bothering you, you're not going to be able to have, in general, there are always exceptions to the rule, but if anything ever caught you, anything make you angry still, and anything limit your movement. I know one person, because she did not she is yet to forgive a certain work relationship. This person will avoid going to certain area of town just so she does not run into certain people that will only make her blood boils, according to her, in her words. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine restricting yourself from being able to go somewhere, which is something I did actually in the past, and at some point in life, earlier in my this part of my journey. I remember at some point I said, you know what, I'm not going to Las Vegas. I will not go to Las Vegas. And then I would not go to San Diego, and I wouldn't go where, and wouldn't go this. And I'm so grateful that I can literally go anywhere in the world, regardless of where it is, because I decided to forgive, to forgive completely myself and other people who are involved in whatever happened in life. And so decide that you, if that things has happened to you, decide that you are going to be free and triumph. And when you're able to do that, you'll be able to have true peace of mind and ease and joy. And then you'll be able to thrive one day at a time in an even better and better way, particularly as you take the action. And this is Birgit with From Grieving to Joyful Living. That is my tip, my peace of mind tip for you this week. If you ever encounter something that you absolutely don't desire in life and you feel that life through a person or an event or anything has betrayed you, it is you can have betrayer, but you do not need to be bitter, and you can definitely can become better. And please share in the comment below if you ever have a time where you feel betrayed. Please will welcome in the to share in the comment below. If you'd love to have more support or to connect with me directly, and feel welcome to share this video with anyone that you feel can benefit from it. And this is Birgit with From Grieving to Joyful Living. I see that as you practice this and you employ these tools and skills, that you will be able to have more peace of mind, more ease, more joy, and creating a wonderful, thriving life one day at a time, and a magnificent, beautiful, thriving life in general. And I love you very, very much, and I care about you, and I look forward to see you again very, very soon.